Let me see what we got. I'm looking at gold today. See what we got. Mm, so here's the high from yesterday. Low. Previous low and previous high. Oh, looks like we already have a setup right here. Right here. If price comes into this order block, let me look at the 1 hour. Oh, that's lining up perfectly with the 1 hour. So right here we already have an area for possible longs. Let me still break it down though from the higher time frame and see what we got. Nothing on the daily time frame. Yeah, it looks like gold is giving a decent setup. Let me adjust this. This order block. Got another bullish order block right here. Yeah, so gold looks pretty bullish. Now it is NFP week, so keep that in mind. Some areas might not hold up the way they normally do because of NFP. Yeah, but I like this area here. This one and this one. We're gonna try to take longs from here. Yeah, we're looking at gold today. Everything else looks kind of sloppy. Like if I let me see what NQ looks like. Yeah, look at this wick here and this wick here. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. Yeah. No, I'm not. NQ looks choppy. Let's look at ES. ES. ES looks choppy. You got double wicks, doji candle. Anytime you see a candle that looks like this, if you're on regular candles, it's a doji candle. You don't want to trade in between this. And look how close price is in between the order blocks. See how it's kind of just like smushed in between it from here to here. You don't got much room. And that's on the 1 hour. Now, if it breaks out of here, though, it's a clean shot straight to here. This is on ES. Is that what NQ? Let me see what NQ. Let me go back to that real quick. NQ. No, NQ looks worse. Look at if you look at the space in between, like look at this order block, and then look at this order block, and look where price is. Or this is the 1 hour. This is NQ, and then if you look at ES, look how you got that much more room to move up on ES compared to NQ. So if you were going to trade one of those, ES would be the one to trade. Still looks sloppy though. Both of them look sloppy. Let's see. Let me go back to gold real quick. Make sure I ain't miss it. Okay, we didn't miss the move. Now let me look at YM. Oh, YM looks worse. Like this. Yeah, we're gonna stick to gold. And then did that tap into? No, it didn't. It didn't even tap this order block. So it's probably gonna do like a fake out. Like market open is probably gonna push it back down because it didn't even tap into here. It didn't even touch this 5 minute order block. So maybe it will do something like bounce around, tap here, come back down, tap this, and shoot back up. Could be wrong. Like I said, some certain areas it's not they're not holding up, and it's not giving you an opportunity to take trades really. So we'll just wait and see. Uh, Let me see. That's a strong rejection candle. So maybe mm, nah, I'm gonna wait. I was gonna say we can get in like after this one closed and the next one open up. We could get in on that candle, but market open is in like 15 minutes, 17 minutes. Anything could happen in between that time, so we'll just wait and see. I'm gonna move this line down to this candle if this closes like this, because this area right here is no longer valid because we got this bearish candle that pushed right through it. So this area is no longer valid anymore. So if this candle could close like this, I'll adjust this to around here, and then I'll go to the 5 minute and see what price looks like. Okay, so that didn't close the way I wanted it to close. Like this is still somewhat bullish, but I wanted it to look more like this candle here. See how this got most of the body? It's at the tip of it. I wanted that to look like that here. See this one compared to this one. So this one didn't close bullish enough. So we're gonna keep waiting and see what price does. So we still have an opportunity for it to come into this area and take our longs from here. I wanted that candle to look like this one here. You'll see how this one, that's hammer right here, this green one. It should have closed like that in order for us to get in on that candle, the next candle that can open up. But you see how most of the body's right here. You want most of it to, you want the wick to be like very little, like this one. If you're looking at a bullish rejection candle, this this one is this ain't the rejection I was looking for. Still bullish, but not bullish enough in these market conditions. So I'm gonna set an alert right here. And now let me look at something else while we wait for that alert to go off. That way we're not just sitting here staring at this. Let me see what it. Actually, I want to look at gold, silver, or crude oil. I used to love trading crude oil. So crude oil looks bullish too. A lot of people don't know, but you can make a lot of money on crude oil. You can see I got lines drawn up here. I still trade it every now and then. The best time to trade is on Wednesdays. They have a report every Wednesday at 10 a.m. EST time, and normally that gets it to move around a lot. So if you're ever looking to trade something that's not as volatile as NQ, this would be it specifically on Wednesdays. So set an alert here. And set an alert here. So if it breaks this area, it is looking to target this wick. That's about $1 move. So $1 on crude oil is actually a pretty decent move. So so because of NFP week and the markets, they're not really giving much of like setups. Like you could have an idea of where it's going and everything and where you want to like take your trade from. But because it's NFP week, it's not really gonna respect the zones or the areas that you have as much as it would compared to like a week that's not NFP. So one thing that you can do if you're looking at gold right now, this 409 area, if we get like most of the body of the candle to start to open up around this area, you can take a risky long from there, and then you would just target this area here because price might not even come down to here. It could just chop around in this range. See, from this yellow line to this yellow line, it could just chop around all day. So you cut if you're like you really want to take a trade and it's not giving you like a retest of this area, you would try this area here. But it's safest to take a trade from here. I know I'm not sitting around all day waiting for a new setup. I give it like an hour or an hour and a half before I just give up on it and come back the next day. Excuse me. So this is like the highest probability. Either this one and this one, because you got a 1 hour bullish order block, and then you got a 5 minute order block right here. This one, and actually these ones here, they're overlapping that 1 hour order block. So anytime you got like a smaller time frame that's overlapping with a higher time frame, that's like the highest probability areas you could take trades off of. And they both left a break of structure. You see here, pushed up, left this break of structure. And then if you go to 1 hour, it pushed up, left this break of structure. And then the one right below that one, oops, let me fix that. Right below it, right here, pushed up, left this break of structure. So two high probability order blocks. And what price normally do is it'll take out one order block and then play off of that one. And then like the second time around, it will target the one underneath it. So it'll do something like push down into here, use the liquidity here, push up, target like this liquidity, maybe this one, and then come back down, then target this order block, and then push back up, and then go higher and target this. So I have to use multiple zones in order to go. It have to take out like this before it can move higher and then come down and then take out this. So eventually it's going to use both of these order blocks. All right, market open in a few seconds. Market open really did nothing for her price. Let me look at NQ real quick. It also did nothing on NQ. Yes. Let me see what YM is doing. Where do what area left this breaker structure? What's today? Wednesday. Okay, so this order block here this is a valid. Let me see. 10:30. Okay, so this order block was left yesterday. Let me set an alert on YM. So this one is still valid. So if price can come back down to this order block on YM, we could take longs from there. I set an alert at 42. Where's that? 42,402. So y'all see what I mean? Like I said, it could just chop around in this area, and it was probably gonna do this for a while. Just chop around between here and here on gold. Yeah, I'm not really liking any of the price action today on anything. This order block is probably gonna get blown through. Yeah, the body already. What's that CL? Let's see. Let's see what crude oil is doing. So, well, so until it makes a low around this area on either the half hour or the 15. So let me see. Yeah, until it makes like a low on the half hour or the 15, it's probably just gonna keep doing this. So if this 15 minute can close like this, we could enter on the um, the next candle on the 15 minute. If this one closed like this, because remember what I said earlier, if we could get a decent portion of the body on the 15 minute to close within this area, we can take longs. But y'all see how it's not trying to close with a majority or at least good portion of the body above here because that's showing you true bullish momentum. This is a key area. That's why look how it's just chopping around here. If a bulk of the body or a decent amount of the body candle can close here, we would enter in on the next candle and we would target mm, no, because it's probably gonna go higher than that. Let's look at the hand file. Yeah, um, it will be the same setup for the micros. It'll be the same thing. Nothing is really different from your micros compared to your minis. The price might be off by like a point or two, but that really don't make much of a difference unless you're loading like 10 contracts. It really don't make that much of a difference. If y'all hear like talking in the background, it's just my kids. They're on summer summer break right now, so you'll probably be hearing their voices a little more often. So y'all see how it's closing with a wick around this area. That's not confirmation enough for me to take along from here. I wanted like this one, like this candle here. Y'all see how this one, like a decent amount of the body, it closed right here, and then a couple candles later, it just shot up. If you get like a bulk of your body of the candle you're looking at, the close within your area that you're looking at, that's kind of giving you confirmation that it's going to break out of that area. So if we would have got that count like this one, the close like this, could have taken longs from here. But instead you got a wick closure. So Just keep on waiting. This YM. Let's look at that. So earlier I said this this order block is still valid. That's why I set the alert there. But seeing that this candle, the majority of the body is already pushing down into here, it's probably going to close like that within this area. So it's no longer valid to be bullish if that's the case. So if you're looking at YM, you can potentially take a short from 42 351 from here to maybe here. And then if it were to hold and close outside of this order block, you could take longs and target this area here. 42 613. So that would be your setup if you're looking at YM. Break below here, you're targeting this. If it close above this order block, you're targeting this. But I'm more focused on gold. Gold looks cleaner. I'm gonna give this until about 10:30. If we don't get a entry by then it is what it is. So come back the next day. I'm not gonna try to force no trades. I'm not gonna try to make like some type of setup that shouldn't even be actual an actual setup. I'm not gonna try to do any of that. I'm just wait and come back tomorrow if we don't get like a retest of this area or a break above this area. I'm not forcing anything. And that goes for everything that I just charted out, like NQ, um, ES, crude oil, and YM. So because of this area here is in line with a 1 hour order block. I'm on a 15 minute right now, but this area is in line with this area here on the 1 hour. So because of that, what price could do is, because remember I said higher time frames, they usually get like a deeper retracement than you would on like the 15 minute. So if you're looking at this 1 hour right here, this order block, let me just draw this line real quick to show y'all. So this is the bottom of it. Let's turn that blue. Okay, now let's look at like the 5 minute or the 15 minute. So what it would look like on the 15 minute, it would be like a pullback all the way down to this area. And that's where people on like smaller time frames would think that price is just melting down and it's just going to keep on going. But that's not the case. It's just making the deep retracement to this right here, this blue line. This is the bottom of that 1 hour order block. So people would see that price just coming deep right here, like all the way down here and tapping this, and they would try to short it. But if you go back here, that's the bottom of this bullish order block. So it'll look like a big sell off on a smaller time frame. In reality, it's just retracing to here. And that's where a lot of people that do like breakout trades still get caught up trying to short this, looking at the smaller time frame, not knowing that it's just the bottom right here to this higher time frame order block. So keep that in mind if you're like looking at a smaller time frame and you see price just selling off on it. It could just be making a deep retracement into like a higher time frame key area. There's ES doing. God damn, it's a big ass bearish candle. And 15, let me see. What's going on in the 15? Oops. Yeah, let's see ES. have that big bearish candle. But like I said, it's NFP week, so this could be a fake out candle. Like you'll get this one, and then you'll probably get a bullish candle that's equal to this side's candle. Like you'll see this big move down, next one come in, big move up. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm saying price action is iffy right now. Just keep that in mind. Should you take? I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. It's your money. I can't make those type of decisions for y'all. All I do is give y'all like my point of view on things and what I'm seeing. It's up to you if you decide to take the trade or not. I don't want to be responsible for nobody's losses or any of that. I'm just giving my ideas. So it's probably going to tap into this here, right here, and then move back up right here. Maybe go a little farther to take out this liquidity right below it. Don't let me be the decision making for any of y'all trades. If you see something that catch your eye and you want to take the trade. You don't have to do exactly as I do. You gotta be your own independent trader. At the end of the day, you're, everybody gotta be responsible for their own entries and exits. A quick 300, that's nice. So like I said earlier in the chat, the you kind of want to be like in and out with these trades because even if we do get price to come down here and this area were to hold and then price start going back up, it could just go like right back down because of the uncertainty with NFP. The longer price stays away from your area, like your order blocks where you want to take, specifically the ones with breaker structures, the longer it stays away from that area, the more likely it is to hold for whatever reason. Now, if price just shot up here and made this breaker structure and then came right back down to it, then it's less likely to hold because of how fast it returned to it. So if you stay away from your order blocks, the longer time you have away from it, the better it is once it finally returned to that area. And Q still looks sloppy. ES is kind of iffy. Yeah, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask me. I don't always have the answer for it, but I'll if I like know like what you mean by it, I'll try to give you like my point of view of what my answer is for that specific question. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about the market because I don't. The markets is always changing, like no matter how long you've been trading it. MNQ, yeah, I'll go to. I didn't specifically draw up in the areas for NQ or MNQ. I don't think. I just glanced at it and I saw this and that it was stuck in between like two order blocks. So that made me not even want to like really mess with. Oh, hold on. See, just so go just enter the alert. Let me go to that real quick. Let me go to the 5 minute. So if we close outside of this area, we can take longs and we'll put our stop below this line here. As long as this close outside of it. So let me look at the 1 minute. We could enter on this next candle that opens up on the 1 minute. We're gonna do one contract. Alright, so we'll take one. Let's put our stop a little bit below this market structure right here. This market structure break. So we could have got in like as soon as my alert went off. That's why I had the alert set so we can take our longs from there. If it wasn't NFP going on tomorrow, I definitely would have taken it as soon as that alert went off around here. But I wanted it to close outside of this area because of NFP next or tomorrow. Price isn't gonna, like I said, it's gonna be iffy. It's not gonna respect zones as much as it would if it wasn't NFP. So what we're targeting is this high right above this yellow area right here. Right there. Yep. Excuse me. You can even target this yellow line here if you don't want to try to hold for this high. That would still give you almost a $1,200 profit if you just target here compared to here. It's almost 1,400. It's really not that. Here, we'll target this here. It's really not that big of a difference. And you don't want to get too greedy during these market conditions. You can actually move your stop below this candle if it closes bullish. If you're in this trade right now. So I think price is gonna blow through here and target this high right here. That's how much would that be? It's almost 3,000 off of one contract. So when I'm using regular candles instead of Heikin-Ashi candles, another way that I get my targets is if I zoom in. If you see a red candle and you're playing longs, instead of targeting the wick, you want where the candle closed at right here instead of the wick. That's where this is like a resistance area that it will be targeting. So we're up 600 if you're in this trade. Yeah, this is why I said that order blocks like this are like the highest probability order blocks that you can get. You got the 1 hour that's overlapping the 5 minute, that's overlapping the 15 minute, just multiple time frames all in one. Oh yeah, I could turn those off. Actually, a lot of this stuff I can turn off. You don't have to hold for full TP. If you're in profit, you can walk away with 500 in profit instead of holding, getting greedy. Take what the market give you in these market conditions. I'm gonna add one more and move the stop. And then I'll adjust this here, right underneath this bullish candle. So that way you're still risking almost the same amount, but you'll get more in profit right here. Now you don't have to do what I just did. All right, so stop loss got hit. That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna try to take no second trade because price is too choppy. But if you were in that trade and you closed out early for a profit, then just consider not taking any more trades because now, hold on, take this away. It's probably gonna come down here and chop around for a little bit and then eventually take this area out in order for it to move higher. All right, do anybody have any questions before I get off of here? All right, no questions. Then I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I'll see y'all on the next one.